Some jobs look impossible at first glance. Building the Gateway Arch in St. Louis was one of them. From afar, it's just a shiny curve by the Mississippi, a postcard symbol of America's westward push. But the real story is hidden inside, a tale of grit, sweat, and ingenious engineering. Most people snap a photo and move on, missing the guts of the operation. The arch isn't a solid chunk of steel, it's hollow, and inside is a marvel of design. Tight spaces, odd machines, and clever solutions fill its core. This monument isn't just for looking at, it's a machine, a vertical transport system disguised as art. It carries people 630 feet up through cramped, curving legs. Getting visitors to the top was a puzzle, solved with pure creativity. The arch honors not just pioneers heading west, but the engineers and workers who built it. They didn't have computers or lasers, just slide rules, plumb bobs, and determination. Piece by piece, they made the impossible real. The arch is a testament to finding a way when the obvious path is blocked. Before we go inside, let's appreciate its scale. A monument to courage and know-how. It's a working machine, not just a pretty face. The real magic is in the details you never see. So, let's dig in and discover what makes the Gateway Arch more than just a landmark. It's a story of hard work, hidden inside a beautiful shell. And that's the kind of story worth telling. The Gateway Arch stands 630 feet tall and just as wide, a perfect, gleaming curve. Architect Eero Saarinen designed it as a weighted catenary, the most stable and graceful arch shape. Its shiny skin is stainless steel, 1,728 tons of it, just a quarter-inch thick. Underneath, a carbon steel wall and reinforced concrete form the backbone. The arch is a steel sandwich, stainless outside, concrete and carbon steel inside. Triangular sections, welded together, create a super strong, three-sided tube. This design saves weight and material while maximizing strength. From a distance, it looks delicate, but up close, it's built like a tank. The stainless steel catches the light, changing the arch's look throughout the day. But it's the hidden carbon steel and concrete that give it muscle to withstand Missouri's wild weather. Every material was chosen for strength, durability, and function, not just looks. The arch is a blend of art and engineering, built to last centuries. Its beauty is more than skin deep. It's a monument that works as hard as it shines. Every inch is a lesson in smart, practical design. That's what makes it truly iconic. The arch weighs over 43,000 tons. You can't just set that on the grass. Its secret? Massive concrete foundations, each buried 60 feet deep, anchored to bedrock. These foundations are bigger than the steel structure above, weighing over 27,000 tons each. Before building up, crews had to dig down, way down. Thousands of tons of concrete were poured to create two gigantic anchors. The lower legs are filled with reinforced concrete, adding even more stability. Down here, you'll find the tram loading docks, workshops, and machinery that keep the arch running. It's a maze of corridors and utility rooms. Gritty, unseen, but essential. The foundations are the unsung heroes, holding the arch steady against the forces trying to push it apart. The legs want to spread, but the foundations keep them locked in place. It's a constant, silent tug of war, and the foundations are winning. Without this underground work, there'd be no arch above. The real strength is hidden, doing its job in the dark. Every visit to the arch is made possible by what's buried beneath your feet. It's a monument to over-engineering, and that's a good thing. The arch stands tall because its roots run deep. Building the arch wasn't like stacking floors on a skyscraper. Crews built two curving towers, leaning toward each other, hoping they'd meet perfectly 630 feet up. Precision was everything. Being off by an inch meant disaster. Construction started with triangular sections set on the foundations. Special creeper cranes crawled up the legs, hoisting each 12-ton piece into place. Workers braved heat, cold, and dizzying heights, welding and aligning every section. As the legs rose, they leaned more, like two pizzas reaching for a handshake. A giant steel truss temporarily braced the legs near the top. holding them steady. The city watched as the gap narrowed, day by day. The final piece, the keystone, was ready, but the sun had expanded the south leg, shrinking the gap. Firefighters cooled the steel with water, the leg contracted, and the keystone slid in. On October 28, 1965, the arch was complete. It was a high-wire act of engineering, solved with teamwork and quick thinking. Every piece had to fit perfectly, or the whole project failed. The arch's completion was a triumph of precision and nerve. It's a puzzle in the sky, solved by human hands. And it still stands as proof that impossible jobs can be done. Once the arch was up, a new challenge appeared. How do you get people to the top? The arch's curve and shrinking legs made a normal elevator impossible. The inside space narrows from 54 feet at the base to just 17 at the top. Fitting an elevator into a twisting, shrinking tube, nearly impossible. Some suggested a staircase or a Ferris wheel hybrid. Enter Dick Bowser, a college dropout with 2 weeks to solve the problem. Big elevator companies said it couldn't be done. Bowser thought differently. He worked with the curve, not against it. His idea: a train of small, pod-like capsules, part elevator, part Ferris wheel. The pods would ride tracks inside the arch, rotating to keep passengers level. It was unconventional, but it worked. Bowser's design turned a crazy challenge into a brilliant solution. Sometimes the best ideas come from thinking outside the box. The arch's tram system is proof of that. Dick Bowser's invention became the tram ride to the top, one of a kind in the world. Each tram is a train of 8 small capsules, each holding 5 people in a tight semicircle. You step inside, see the arch's inner skeleton, and begin a 4-minute journey upward. The capsules rotate on gimbals, keeping you upright as the track curves. It's noisy, bumpy, and mechanical, a far cry from a smooth elevator. You hear motors, wheels, and the arch itself groaning as you climb. It's a ride built out of necessity, not luxury. 2 trams, 1 in each leg, shuttle thousands of visitors daily. The system's safety record is stellar, thanks to its simple, robust design. It may look quirky, but it works, and it's part of the adventure. The ride is a window into the arch's hidden engineering. It's a 4-minute trip through the heart of an American icon. The impossible elevator became a signature experience. Sometimes the wildest ideas are the ones that last. After the tram ride, you step into the arch's observation deck, a narrow, curved room at the very top. It's just 65 feet long and 7 feet wide, with a low ceiling and a crowd of visitors. 16 small windows on each side offer views east and west. On one side, the Mississippi River and Illinois plains stretch out. On the other, downtown St. Louis and its landmarks. From 630 feet up, the world below looks tiny. Cars like toys, people like dots. On a clear day, you can see up to 30 miles. The floor curves, reminding you you're inside a steel arch, not a skyscraper. It's a raw, honest space. No frills, just the view and the structure. After a few minutes, it's back into the tram for the clanking ride down. The view is unforgettable, but so is the journey to get there. The arch isn't rigid. It's designed to move. On windy days, the top can sway up to 18 inches in hurricane-force winds. Most visitors never feel it, but maintenance crews know the gentle rocking well. This flexibility lets the arch absorb wind energy and stay strong. Temperature changes also make the arch move. Sun heats one side, steel expands, and the top shifts in a slow circle. The arch is always adjusting, breathing with the weather. Its welds, triangles, and deep foundations work together to allow safe movement. This constant motion is a sign of healthy engineering. The arch isn't just a static monument, it's a living machine. Every day it dances with the wind and sun. That's part of its hidden genius. The arch survives because it knows how to bend, not break. The Gateway Arch is more than a landmark. It's a monument to tough jobs and big dreams. From deep foundations to the tiny keystone, every part tells a story of ingenuity and grit. It honors the workers and engineers who risked everything to build it. The arch's secrets are there for those who look. The tram, the cramped deck, the swaying steel. It's art that works for a living. A symbol of what's possible when we refuse to give up. The arch stands for America's spirit of invention and determination. It's proof that the hardest jobs can create the most lasting beauty. Next time you see it, remember the hidden work inside. It's a story you can ride, touch, and feel. And that's a job well done.